Let me introduce you to the Vodafone Automotive SCD60, which is their new GPS tracker. I'm going to start off by talking about battery drain. All too often I come across trackers that just suck the car battery dry. This is a breath of fresh air. The tracker's currently pulling 3.5 milliamps, and it's in sleep mode. So, how does it wake up from sleep mode, you might ask? Well, if I give this a bit of movement, you'll see it's suddenly gone up to about 30 milliamps. It's got a embedded 6D accelerometer, and any movement will wake the tracker up. Speaking of the tracker, look at that, it's lovely, it's rugged, it's robust, it's small, fits in my hand. It's got a number of inputs and outputs. The wiring harness is black. There's the option for a second wiring harness as well. That's mainly for the CAN bus inputs. And it's got an aerial input. But most of that you don't need, because the GPS aerial is inside the unit, and that will work for about 95% of installations. If you do need the external one, let's say I bury this really low in the vehicle and there's lots of metal around it, that's when you'd have the external GPS aerial. And it's got a built-in battery, so if the battery is disconnected, this will continue to track. What else is worth mentioning? This works with the Minder Connect app. I will have a link to that on the website and in the description. There's a subscription fee to pay for that, and again I'll explain all the pricing at the end. What is really cool about this though is it can actually work as a CAN bus GPS system or as an analog. So if it's wired up as CAN bus and the vehicle supports it, it can read a whole load of data. So it will know what the fuel tank reading is, what the true odometer is. There's a whole stack of stuff. If you've got a Toyota, you are probably very comprehensively covered by the data this thing reads. Some of the other vehicles are a bit lighter, but again, it's all very vehicle specific. Or if you've got a vehicle that does not support CAN bus, then I can wire this up as an analog system. So that's basically 12 volt ignition ground. You turn the ignition on, and then it will start using the GPS to monitor the distance, and that way it works out the odometer reading. It's probably good within about 2%. Moving on with the CAN bus stuff, because it's got all that data, it can actually work as a car alarm, be it a basic one. So there's 3 modes which it can work. So we'll start with the CAN bus first. When you lock your vehicle with the factory remote control, this thing will arm the alarm. It does have an output for an LED which can flash on the dashboard, and it also has a horn honk output. So that way, if someone opens a door which is detected by the CAN bus, it will make the horn honk and it will send the notification via the Minder app. If your vehicle doesn't have CAN bus, then you can use an ADR card. This works quite simply. When you come into range, it recognises the card's in range, disarms the alarm. When you turn the ignition off and walk away, this goes out of range, the alarm arms. Now, it's not going to cover your doors, but it will cover the ignition. So if someone turns the ignition on or has a crack, the horn will go, the vehicle remains immobilised. This does have a crank immobilizer built into it. Or, if you want a more comprehensive system, then you can quite simply use the pager input and wire it up to an external alarm. That way the alarm will tell this it's gone off, and you'll get your notification via the app. No need to wire the horn and stuff up, but yeah, very, very cool. So I am just going to flick the ignition on and off, and I'm going to reset the counter. That way you'll have an idea how long it takes before it goes into sleep mode. And I will start talking about pricing. So for a basic install, you're looking at about 550 New Zealand dollars installed. That's going to be either CAN bus or analog. If you want an ADR card, these are $100 each. If you need the external GPS aerial, that's $50. Again, most people won't need it. Or if you want the alarm version with immobilizer, honk, LED, you're probably looking at about 650 installed. That all includes GST. And then you've got your Minder running cost. So there'll be a link about the Minder Connect app in the description. And you're looking at a monthly fee of $25, including GST, which works out at $300 per year. A very powerful app. You can go have a look at the history of the vehicle, see where it's been for the last 2 years. I think it's longer than that, but they're guaranteeing 2 years worth of data. And this thing's gone back to sleep already, so it's pulling what, 3 point, let's call it 4. It's fluctuating, but it's under 5 milliamps. Yeah, have a jump on the Play Store or iOS. There's a good description and some screenshots about Minder. I've also done a blog post about it all. And I've got one in my own vehicle. So if you're local and you want a demonstration, hit me up. I'm more than happy to run through how it all works. But yeah, very cool bit of kit. The Vodafone Automotive SCD60. For more details, check out vehiclesecurity.co.nz.